Hello, and welcome to James Leslie's Express Lane, where we get you out as fast as possible. More Onision stuff. This is good news, guys. This is great news. Confirmed, everyone is involved. The state, the county, and the FBI. This case involves the formation of a conglomerate of information from multiple sources. Ed Troyer considers this case to be the most prolific within his county. Pretty sure that's the name of the sheriff. I mean, just wow. You done goofed. I'm sorry, Onision, but you done goofed bad. Ed Troyer strongly encourages parents to monitor what their children are looking at online. It is a part of parenthood. Social medias do not want to be known as sexual predator platform. Ed Troyer states that his team is on top of it, and that they're used to working in this type of environment. Ed Troyer states that social media platforms work well with him due to the desire to protect speech while also aiming to protect victims. Greg is going to go crazy online. I'll just wait for the Twitter and YouTube updates to keep me informed. Same. I'm going to need that next Discord call leak. This confirmation is fantastic news, and the fact that it's been confirmed from the police, this is working. Imagine a man who danced in a banana suit becoming the subject of a multi-level criminal investigation. Now stop imagining, because that's reality. How did you go from, I'm in a banana suit, I'm in a banana suit, I'm a banana, to having the FBI, County Sheriff's Department, and local police breathing down your neck? Wow. I am so glad this is genuinely being taken serious. I was worried for a while about the Vincent stuff. Don't worry about Vincent, we don't care about him. Kai is active on Poshmark and sold his wedding ring. That means that the kids are safe. I highly doubt that. Kai is not as bad, but Kai is pretty bad. Just saying. Police officer told Chris Hansen, so we heard it from the detective. Yay! Alright, Vincent Torta was a guy working for Chris Hansen. He was a dick. He's been fired. Don't worry about it. Oh, wait a minute. Unfortunately, as Repsion showed today, when he said copyright striking some of his stuff. Right there. And everything that old content is being claimed. Give it up, Onision. I get it. The pennies you'll make off of copyright claiming this video, oh, wait, won't do any good. Just saying. Nothing's going to help you, Onision. You are going to jail. Onision says that he fears for his life because of two alleged victims that have been on Chris Hansen's show in this recent leak. The whole call was 47 minutes, and I broke down most of it because, dang, there's a lot, so my video is quite long too. Watch it here. Not going to worry about that too much. I'll leave a link to it in the description box if you guys want to check it out. God, but yeah, he should be scared. Yeah, you should. God damn, that's hilarious. God damn. I just love reading the comments and all this. Yeah, let's just love how he dismissed mental health and others for years. But now, his mental health is a valid excuse and reason for his actions? Bullshit. God damn. Fucking love it. Now let's go here to DSP Archives. Who's also covering Onision. Alright, there we go. Looks like the FBI investigation for Onision will be coming to an end soon. They're putting all info and evidence together for a prosecutor to look at and determine what charges they will be, if any. There's going to be charges. There's going to be a lot of charges. You fucked up. It's great how Onision defenders were saying the cops don't like Hansen. He lied about that and they forced him to leave the area when he was there. Now Hansen is interviewing some of those same cops because they actually do hate Onision, not Chris Hansen. Like, really. The cops have to know who Chris Hansen is. You hear Chris Hansen, you see it's like, oh, you're the guy who catches predators. Yes, I am. CPS is waiting for the FBI info to come out so they can take the kids. Fuck yeah. Reason the police and FBI investigations are taking so long is because Due to the internet, they have hundreds of calls coming in from around the world, and so to sort the real victims out of the third-party members. If you're not an actual victim, don't waste their time. More time they waste on you, less time they spend on actual victims. FBI, county, and now the state are all investigating him together and sharing info, along with CPS waiting in the background. Dun dun dun! Insert dramatic background music here. Apparently, all three of those departments working together on any case is extremely rare. Yes, it is. It has to be a especially serious case like serial killers of the elusive and cold-hearted evil type mostly, for them to even consider this option. Or, the other thing is, Onision has done this. Across the country. And Canada. Multiple states, multiple countries. Multiple states is why the FBI is involved. The state and the locals, they probably don't like him. At all. I mean, Chris Hansen shows up and he wastes their time calling the police like, there's a stalker outside trying to get me. Come here and get rid of him. They show up like, oh, it's Chris Hansen. Hey, Chris Hansen, can I get your autograph? The girl that took pictures of Onision in court is getting death threats from his fans, just because she showed how disgusting and terrified he was. Leave her alone. She did the world a good thing. Hansen ends the stream apologizing for the dumb shit his former producer did, which we already looked over, like the copyright strikes. Just how do you fuck this up that badly? How do you go from I'm in a banana suit to, well, I'm not going to do the whole video. We'll watch a couple minutes of this.
Good evening, everyone. Chris Hansen here, and you are having a seat with me on my YouTube channel. Have a seat with Chris Hansen from New York City tonight. It's been a busy day in our Onision investigation. You'll see in just a moment we have an extensive and exclusive interview with the Pierce County Sheriff's Department. That's the county in which Onision lives and where we knocked on his door a few weeks ago. I also spoke with the FBI today. And they are now making arrangements to get the laptop and cell phone of Sarah, one of the victims in this investigation. So that is proceeding. I'll have more on the rest of this in a minute, but first I want to get to the Pierce County Sheriff's Department.
Yes. Okay.
Ed Troyer, Pierce County Sheriff's Department, thanks for being with us tonight. How are you?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Listen, first off, you've got a situation with James Jackson, Gregory Jackson, known on the internet.
A lot of different names and different identities.
Yeah. You've had 19 calls to that house in 2019 alone. Is that unusual?
That's very unusual. As you know, probably most of your viewers, yourself and myself, we don't get a single call a year, let alone 19. And they have a lot of different types of aspects to the calls, whether there's turmoil at the residence, whether we're getting calls from across the country reporting possible sexual abuse, all the way from a kid falling out the window to fake swatting 911 type calls where people from across the country are using that address to send the police and our deputies to that residence. So anytime we go to that residence, our radar's up and we're checking things out.
You know, nobody condones the swatting. It's very dangerous for both law enforcement and for
everybody
in the residence, no matter what's going on there, no matter what the status of the criminal investigation is. So we need to caution anybody out there watching this.
Don't do that.
Under any circumstances, get involved in swatting. Let's talk, first of all, about this incident where the child fell out the window. Obviously, we're not going to identify the child, but it is the daughter of Jackson and his spouse, Kai. What can you tell me about that? I've seen the police report. There was an investigation. Do you know the status of that investigation right now in terms of any negligence or any criminal involvement?
What we do here is we have taken all the police reports from that residence and we have a detective that's putting them all together, including that case. And it'll be up to the prosecutor to decide once we get all the facts and information together. But, you know, it just seems we just keep going to the same place and we'll get all the information put together and we'll get it to the prosecutor. And then the prosecutor's the one that actually decides if charges would be filed. And that's in the process of happening as we learn more and dig deeper into it. They're not always fully cooperative with us, and we're well aware of who they are. In this particular case, the good news is that the kid's okay. By some lucky bounces and some different things, the kid actually is going to be just fine. It sure could
That's
have turned
good.
out differently, though.
It sure
Is it
sounded
really?
that way. When you talk about a 2 to 3 year old child who goes out a second story window and lands on the driveway. According to the police reports, the investigators' reports said there were skull fractures and a hematoma.
Gee.
And there's a reference to the detective talking to one of the doctors saying that this was a touch and go situation for that child.
Well, kids are very resilient. It turned out to start that way, but it ended and the kid got better pretty quickly.
That's good.
And, kids are resilient. And not that the child didn't get hurt at the very beginning, but from what we understand now is that the child is going to be eventually fine. So that's good news.
Was there a referral to Child Protective Services in that case?
Anytime that we have an incident involving a child, harm, death, injury, or abuse, we always refer to Child Protective Services, yes.
And so that happened in this case.
Good.
Yes, it did.
And do we know the status? I know that that's a separate agency from the sheriff's department, but do you get feedback on that? Do we know the status of the Child Protective Services investigation?
We'll have to wait until we get them more information about what's going on at that residence. So they're still waiting for some information from us as we put it together, just like we'll wait for their investigation when it's done. But this is something that's continually ongoing, and a lot of the people that are involved in this are from out of state, so it's a little bit tricky. And also, it involves the internet, and it involves a slippery slope where we're having a hard time finding people that are actual victims. A lot of the reports that we have come from third parties who maybe recognize their kids that are involved in some of this activity, or people that are just seeing it on his YouTube channel. So what we need to do is try and determine actual victims and get them down and get them interviewed, find out what is actually going on.
I also have the link to this video so you can watch the whole thing, but with the third party thing, again, if it's not the actual victim, it's hearsay, it's circumstantial. They need the actual victim to come down. If the actual victim doesn't come down, you can have all the eyewitnesses you want, but the victim doesn't come down and press charges or whatever, nothing happens. Kind of stupid. But that's how law enforcement works, I guess. How do you go from I'm a banana, to this? Oh, Onision. That's how. So messed up. Hopefully, though, we get more information soon from the FBI, from the Sheriff County, from the State Department, just everyone. Everyone getting involved. And guess what? It's not just Onision. Kai's going to get some of this too because Kai's been helping. Kai's been grooming. Kai's part of this. So fucked up. Anyways, I said the same, man. Like, this is so fucked up. Like, how does it come down to this? Wait, do I still have another one? Yes, I do. Oh! I almost forgot about this. Greg's been repeating this as it absolves him. If he's charged and tries to use this kind of reasoning with the law enforcement, he's done. And he's too stupid to even realize how incriminating this shit is. Forgot about this. In my state, 16 is legal, and I was like, 25 or something like that. It might be legal in your state, but when you take them in from another state, that's sex trafficking. I think he understands that. It's like, alright, it's 18 here, but 16 here. So, alright, well, just meet me over here. That's technically sex trafficking. And it's like a situation where you have somebody who, when your opinion looks 20, 21, 22, it doesn't matter what they look like. Now, yes, you have situations where, like, the guy's at a bar, 21 and older. Hey, here's my ID. All right, you're 25. Oh, look at me. I'm 21, see? All right, you're 21. Then it turns out they're 17. Guy still gets in trouble. Like, even though he's in a place where you have to be 21 and older, people who enter have to be 21 and older. They get ID'd. So it's like, well, she's got to be at least 21. He still gets in trouble for that. So Mr. She looked 20 to me, so it's okay. No, it's not. Even in places where, but Your Honor, I was in a place where they had to be 21 and older. You can't be in this building without being 21 and older. Doesn't matter. If they're not 21 or not over age of 18, whatever the age of consent in your state, it's still illegal. And they're pursuing you hard and they happen to be a Canadian pop star. What the fuck is he talking about? So he's taking them out of the country. So you're crossing international borders. So it really doesn't matter what the age of consent was in your state. Same thing with DSP and his whole 17's legal in the state of Connecticut. Well, that's great. What about the state where Panda Lee's from? Shut the fuck up, DSP. Wait, there's more. When I first met them. Now them, that's usually a plural thing. Them, as in more than one, but I thought they were older. And when you're already falling for someone and you find out their age late, but they're legal? If they're crossing international borders, they're not legal. That is sex trafficking. Well, in my state, it's legal. If you had to get them from across the fucking border, no, it's not. Are you going to let taboo stop you from having a relationship that you think is with the one? The fuck is wrong with you? And mind you, he said, Repstion's been going out to me and Kai for 10 years. Kai's now 25. So if Repstion's been going after you two for 10 years, that would mean Kai was 15. So even if the age of consent in your state was 16, they were still highly illegal. How does he not connect the dots? Like, is he really just that bad at math? Like, Kai is 15. Repstion's been going after us for 10 years. That means Kai was 15 when we first started, because he's 25 now. Probably shouldn't admit that on television or on camera for YouTube and all that. Fucking moron. I mean, there's really not much more to say, is there? Just, I hope he gets the book thrown at him. I want at least 10 to 12 years, minimum. If he gets fewer than that, bullshit. He gets at least 10 to 12. He better get at least 10 to 12. I mean, when you have multiple departments from across the states and counties and the federal government getting involved, they're throwing the book at you. There's not going to be any, alright, well, we just spent all this money in this investigation. Here's 3 months probation. No, this is going to be years in jail for this bullshit. Good. Get 'em, government. Anyways, thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, comment down below, and have a wonderful day.